Hello students, so I hope you have completed the first semester complete and now we have stepped into the second semester. Okay, so that the portions we are going to be discussed now. So before going to that, so let me remind you that some of the portions we have reduced in this COVID-19 pandemic period. So those were already it's informed to you. So now in this class we are going to start the fresh lesson, okay, in the history part. Okay, the name of the lesson is Town Traders and Craft Persons. Okay, so let's begin the lesson, okay, with the history lesson. So dear children, towns, traders and craft person. Towns, which are the areas, the cities built by the kings or any other, okay, the people where they are living, that one. And traders, those who are from the external traders or from the inside, those who are trading. And the craft person, those who are making the product required, which are mainly dependent for weavers, okay, pottery and that smiths. So like that we can list out that. So in this lesson we mainly discussing about these things. So dear children, in the previous portions or before the midterm, we majorly discuss about some of the points about the Cholas dynasty, okay, and also Mughal and Delhi Sultanate. So like that, some of the lessons we discussed. So in those lessons also, these concepts have been discussed. So here, the major thing is about the towns. So the towns are different towns we could see in India during the period, medieval period. So just focus that some of the towns that is considered as a temple town. What is there? It's mainly built because of the temple. For example, let's take the example here by the Nanjalguru. So Nanjalguru, it is famous. What for? See, there are other nothing important places there, or any other administrative places are not there. But the major reason is, okay, what is that? The temple, the Nanjundeshwara temple, it is there, no? So because of that, the construction of the temple, around the temple, the area, the people are started to gather, started to live there. They found their settlement there. So this is made there as a town, So now it is built like anything, isn't it? So this is what called as a temple town. And next one is administrative centers. Administrative center means one capital city. Okay, so for Karnataka, Bengaluru is a capital city. So that is considered as an administrative center. So let's take the example about the medieval period, that is Mysore. We could take it there. So why? Because from the Mysore, from this area, the palace, we could see that the kings and queens and the kingship, whichever that, they were started to live there. So this is what it's considered as an administrative centers. And commercial centers. Commercial means it's made only for the purpose of the commercial business. Okay, the trading, only the purpose of the trading. They made that. Okay, so let's think about that. So usually the Bombay or Mumbai, it's considered as that. What is that? Majorly the commercial town. Why? Because there it is suitable. See, like in Mangaluru also, it's considered as that. What is that? It is a commercial town. Why? So example I am giving the present. Why? Because in that area, the most of the people completely depend on the trading, okay, and in the commerce only they depended. And also we export and import, it's quite common there because of the commercial towns, you can say that. And fort town, so that is also like, so the fort, wherever the forts are there, the ships are coming and they are exporting, importing, it's happening, no? So those forts, fort, because of this, the towns been formed there. So these are all the major importance about that, how it is being administrated. So some of the towns in administrative, it's depend on the king. It's depend on the king. In administrative centers only, they constructed the temple and commercial area, and the forts will not be there. But if it is possible, they were making it. So this will also be there quite commonly. Understand? So this is a town. So now let's understand about the administrative town. So later we can discuss about the other towns, which are those things. Now let's see that example about that Tanjore. So when we can hear the Tanjore in which lesson? Yes, that is second lesson. So new kings and kingdom. In that lesson, while we are learning that, we have discussed about the Cholas. The Cholas were ruling in the Tamil Nadu region, isn't it? So their capital is Tanjore. Their capital was Tanjore. In the Tanjore, what they had did there? So they constructed the palace, constructed the temple, and everything. So what they did there? Let's see that how it was Tanjore. So it was a example. The lesson has been given for you that one particular topic. So here, this Tanjore town, it's formed or established, okay, or constructed on the banks of the river, which one? Kaveri. So this Kaveri river. So this is called the perennial rivers. Perennial rivers. So perennial means what? Permanent. All the seasons it flows. It flows in all the seasons. So here there was a temple. It's called as the Rajarajeshwara temple. Where? It's in Tanjore. It's in Tanjore. What is the temple? Rajarajeshwara temple, isn't it? So here, this temple was constructed by King Rajendra Chola first. Rajendra Chola first. So Rajendra Chola first constructed the Rajarajeshwara temple. So who is planned this well? So that is the architect. His name is called Kunjaramallan Rajaraja Peruttachan. Okay, Peruttachan. Kunjaramallan Rajaraja Peruttachan. So this is the name of the architecture. Okay, so this Rajarajeshwara temple has a massive Shivalinga. There was a huge Shivalinga. So this, the name of the architect, it was engraved on the wall, and the side wall. We're going to say that the side wall, it was engraved. The name of the architect, Kunjaramallan Rajaraja Peruttachan. So this is the about the like that. So beside the temple, okay, beside the Rajarajeshwara temple, there was constructed of the palace. They were constructed about the palace there. So what is that? See, beside the temple. So next to the temple or beside the temple. So the palace with the mandapas. This is very important. Palace with mandapas or pavilion. Pavilion. So in cricket we have learned about that. What is that? So he ducked out or he out because of this fantastic bowling. So he moved towards the pavilion. Pavilion means what? Where everybody are gathering, where everybody are going to be relaxing, where everybody are going to be settled there. So that place is considered as a pavilion. So mandapa. In Kannada we are going to say that mandapa. Mandapa. Okay, in Tamil word they are going to say that. So here, beside the temple, the palace with the mandapa pavilion is constructed. What purpose they constructed? So, to construct it, the purpose of that, king is going to hold the courts there with his subordinators. Subordinators means who? The ministers, okay, and army are some of the people, okay. What are the problems are there? So, how to be acquire the other places, how to be established in the area. So like this discussion is going to be happened that. So that like how the Karnataka chief minister is discussing with the cabinet ministers, no, the same way they were doing that. So what the kings were doing, the same thing only presently that administration is going on in the ruling period. So here this was called as the pavilion mandapa. Okay, there the kings were discussing the major issues. So also has the barracks for army. Barracks means it was a building where the army is settling there. So the building, so there need to be some of armies and cavalry team, elephant team. So those would be relaxing. They were training with that. Building is considered as that barracks. So here Okay. So, and also the town has this, which one? Tanjavur town, this administrative town, Tanjavur, it is administrative center, and also it is a temple town, isn't it? So, administrative town we are discussing. Along with the administrative center, it has a temple, okay, because of this is built the temple town also, and it is administrative center. What we are saying is a palace and army is settled there. And now we are discussing about the town with is a bustling with market. So bustling with market means it's always busy with the people. People will going and coming and gathering and purchasing whatever required things. Everything they were doing that. This is bustling with the market. So in the market, what they were selling? They were selling grains, spices, cloths, jewelries. So mainly they were selling in Tanjavur's capital. Okay, Tanjavur town. So this was the town. So here the water supplied to the palace and the town. How it was mentioned? So they have completely depend on the wells and tanks. Okay. So wells and tanks through the canals, through the system of flowing canals. So they were connected with each other, connected with each houses or areas of the palace. So the water was supplied to the every area. So the water supplied to that particular area, because in Tamil Nadu most of the people are completely, so presently Tamil Nadu is completely dependent on the underground water only. So like well, tanks, okay, like this they are completely dependent. Okay. So here there was another one community, okay, that is called that Salia or Salia, we can say that Salia. So they are weavers. So Salia means it was a caste. It was a caste. Basically, their profession is weaving. Their profession is just weaving. Okay, you see what weaving means. So the knitting the cloths and making the cloths. So weavers, the Salia weavers of Tanjavur. Okay, so they were settled in nearby the another town, Urayur. So the name of the another town, Urayur. The name of the another town nearby the Tanjavur. So that is Urayur town. In the town they settled and they started to make the weaving. So what are the products they were preparing? See, whatever this Tanjavur people completely depend on these Salia weavers to purchase the flags for the festivals or the temple, or in the army they were using the flags to carry that one. Okay, so that one, and fine cotton for the kings and nobility. Nobility means the rich caste people. Okay, rich people. So the kings and nobilities, the Brahman, Kshatriyas, okay, Vaishyas, they consider as that is the nobility. Okay, so king comes to the Kshatriya and this nobility who are the Brahmins and Vaishyas. So apart from that, the coarse cotton means it is a rough cotton, it's not smooth. So fine cotton is smooth and it won't be ash to the skin. But the coarse cotton is a rough cotton, okay, for masses. Masses means the other people, the common people, they were using this one. So the Salia weavers mainly they were supplying these. Okay. So here another one town, it is going to be called that Swami Malai. What is that? Swami Malai. It is some distance. Okay. So like you could see that from here to the Kadkoda, we can say that. So that distance. So in the minimum distance it was the town, the Swami Malai. So there Stapatis, okay, they were considered called as in English sculptor. Okay, sculpture means the sculpture work. What is that? So they were making the idols, they were making the engraving the stones like that. Okay, so they were Stapatis or sculptors making the execute what is that? Bronze idols. So we have seen in the previous lessons. Okay, in New Kings and Kingdom there was a idol. Okay, bronze dancing girl. So that one. So the bronze idols they were making that, and also they were making the tall ornament. Usually the queens and kings who were wearing this one were all ornament, and bell metal lamps. Bell metal. What is a bell metal? explain in the next class. So they were making that, they were knowing that, see, the children in the medieval period. So in the beginning of the medieval period, they were not knowing about the what is that, iron. So they were not knowing about the iron. So what they were doing? They were using the bronze, copper, tin, and bell metal. So they were using silver, gold. They were using. Okay. So they were not knowing about the iron about that. Okay. So this is about the administrative town. Okay. That's one example we have taken and explained about that, how it is administrative. So it is one of the example. So in the same way, there were other towns were planned the same way. Okay. So usually it was common in Indian towns. Is it clear? So this is about the administrative town. In the next class, in the next video, I am going to tell you about the town, temple towns and pilgrimage centers, and which are that in remaining. So that the small towns and the trading towns, like that, we are going to be discussing in the next class. Okay. Thank you. So copy these points. Okay, it will be helpful for you. Okay, thank you, children.